Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Packers at 9-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action here on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end and have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Parker on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Chandler. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Cordero Patterson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
You always talk about the guy who paid off the play, the only guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they are able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games?
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. 2nd and 2. They run it with Chandler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Chandler. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now a handoff up the middle. Chandler. And some space here. 20, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part,
and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. He will push his way down to about the 14. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the 3 points there in CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, They'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Chandler.
102 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Chandler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st down, it's Chandler. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got it. It's caught for Packers touchdown. Dallas Goedert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here come the Lions now. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game. But one team.
Now the ball comes loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. It's now 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on second down. Parker. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here's second and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Out of the gun now on third down. Escape, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the Saints, they've now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Parker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So we reach.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. They've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Operating from the gun, Parker. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're real balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Parker on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he's got room.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Parker. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
To throw is Parker on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown.
T. Higgins.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that lines up incomplete. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Parker. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he is going to have a Packers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
They'll run on first down. Chandler, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down now, it's Chandler, stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the play.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Chandler.
And this will be a Packers first down as he gets this up past the 30. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like total at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Parker now, throwing on first down.
Drops this underneath for Chandler. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10.
And the Packers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. That one looks like he'll throw here. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Dallas Goedert, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense set to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some pop.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Shakir hauls it in. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down with backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed.